Hallo zusammen und guten Morgen. So I am on my way to take my German political test. I'll be honest, I haven't studied that much for it. I studied last night and maybe in total 3 or 4 different days, maybe two. But last night, right before bed, I did an online practice test. And I'll link that below in case you ever want to do it, either for fun or if you also have to take the test. It's a good practice. And I got 91% on that. So, sorry, my husband's trying to drive. So hopefully everything works out good today. I think what I'm going to do, because I have to wait 2 whole weeks for the results, I am going to upload this video letting you guys know how it went, and kind of how the whole situation was handled with the test and going to the class and everything. And then I will post my results in a video when I get the results, which should be around 2 weeks. And today is May 16th. So, all right, whew, I'm nervous, but I'm staying positive. So, los geht's. The market is in Langenfeld today, so we might do that when I get out of the test. So we are on our way to the Volkshochschule, which is where I'm taking the test, here in Langenfeld. And starting to get more nervous. I'm actually more nervous about understanding the directions of the test than actually the test itself. All right, I'm on my way to take the test. I'm feeling a little bit nervous still, but it's gonna be fine. Wish me luck. Küss deine Finger. Deine Finger. Und drücke die Daumen, bitte. Okay, here we go. Oh, here we go. Wish me luck. All right, so the market is going on in Langenfeld, and I feel very, very good about the test. So, we'll see. Wir gucken mal. But I am celebrating a little bit with some Backfisch im Brötchen. They have a really nice stand over here that sells fish and things like that, and this is so good with remoulade. So I'm going to enjoy this right now, and I'll talk more to you guys in just a second. All right, so we are back home. It's actually been a few hours now and not a couple of seconds because I needed to relax a little bit. But like I said earlier, I feel really good about the test. I am pretty sure that I passed, but there were some questions that kind of got me hung up a little bit. I wasn't really sure or confident about the answers. So I have here some of the test questions, and I wanted to kind of go over some of the ones. Yeah, so for example here, this is one that I know that I got correct because it's kind of obvious. But so the test includes 3 questions about the state that you live in Germany. I live in Nordrhein-Westfalen, so I had 3 random questions about Nordrhein-Westfalen. And one of them was, wo können Sie sich in Nordrhein-Westfalen über politische Themen informieren? And so the answer was, bei der Landeszentrale für politische Bildung. Sorry, my German is still very not great. So that's one example of one of the questions, and here is another one. 2007 wurde das 50-jährige Jubiläum der römischen Verträge gefeiert. Was war der Inhalt der Verträge? And the answer that I also got correct, thanks to my husband studying with me, was Gründung der Europäischen Wirtschaftsgemeinschaft, EWG. So, and that came, EWG was before the EU, or the European Union. So those are some examples. If I find more as we film, I'll share them. But let me talk to you guys about exactly how it went down. So we got there. That was at the Volkshochschule, or it's actually the Kulturelle Kulturzentrum.
Yeah, but it belongs to the VHS.
Yeah, so it's the Kulturzentrum, but it's VHS, Volkshochschule. And so we get there, and I had to show my Aufenthaltserlaubnis, which is my temporary visa that I have, just as a identification. And so they mark that you're there, and then the test started at 9 a.m. So we had to be at the classroom 5 minutes before 9, and it was actually in the same classroom that I had my integrations course in. So that was kind of cool. And so, like I said earlier, I was really nervous, even more nervous about this than the actual test. I was nervous that I wouldn't understand their directions before the test. So I was afraid that I wouldn't understand, like, okay, what do I do when I'm done with the test? And, you know, so, but luckily I did understand everything, so that worked out. We had to place our bags and things like that in the back of the room on a table, and then we had to take our cell phones and lay them at the desk in front of the class. Because you cannot have a cell phone on you at all. They also made people take off jackets. So you can't even wear a jacket while you take the test. So if you think you're going to be cold during the test, please make sure to wear a sweatshirt. You can't wear a jacket that has pockets and stuff like that. So anyways, we did that. And then I also understood, they said at the end of the test, you have to put your finger in the air like this, and then they'll come over. And then you just need to leave very quietly so you don't disturb anyone else. So it was really easy, and I think it only took me about 10 to 15 minutes to complete the test, but you have an entire hour. And really for this test, I think that's more than enough time. I also highly recommend, you can get this information online. I'll show that there. And this has all the test questions that you need. So you can study that, and that's what I did. I think we only studied a total of 2 or 3 days. And then I did take a practice test online, which I will link that down below. The only thing about the practice test is that it looks like the questions are exactly the same, because I took it twice. I took it last night before I went to bed, and then I took it right before I had to take the actual test. And I have the same questions, so I don't know. And then the only German state that they have there is Berlin for the questions about the state. So anyways, yeah, I think it went really well. I felt really confident. I tried to remember all the questions that I had on the test so that my husband and I could look at that. And I couldn't really remember exactly my exact questions that I had. But I think I remembered a lot of them, and I think I got some of them confused with the practice test that I took. But it seems like I may have gotten 4 wrong so far, based on what I could remember from the questions, which is still okay. I'll pass the test if I have 4 wrong. There are 33 questions on the test, and I think you only need 17 to pass. 17 correct. So I think I did it, and now the next step will be to take the B1 language test. So because I am married to a German citizen, I just need B1 level language for the test to pass, and of course this political test. So I'll be working on that next, which means I need to learn more vocabulary and speak more German, which is going to be fun, but I have to do it. And so yeah, so once I complete that, and hopefully, cross your fingers and drücke die Daumen, hopefully I pass both tests, and that will get me to the next visa level, which is my Niederlassungserlaubnis. That's like a permanent visa. And then I think in my situation, I just have to wait 2 more years, and I can apply for German citizenship. So I'm originally from the United States, so I plan to keep my citizenship in the States too. But I will be able to have dual citizenship. So that will be really cool. And yeah, so I'll try to keep updated with the videos. Hopefully in 2 weeks I have my results for the test. As soon as I get my results, I will upload a video letting you guys know if I passed or if I failed. I think I can retake the test if I failed, but hopefully I passed. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any more questions, please leave your questions down below. And yes, I will see you guys next time. Prost! Tschüss! Prost, Danny.
Prost.
Prost.
Congratulations.
Well, not yet. Okay, tschüss!